So if the dog's pulling a lot, what happens is, right, they start to kind of gag a little bit, right? And how many of your dogs jump up? Trick dog. She's a bearded collie. No broken legs though. So I just used the food. So she had the leash wrapped around her paws. Instead of me always reaching for the leash, I use a piece of food, kind of make her step around it, go around it, and then when I pick it back up, take the food away. With what I said earlier, right? We come out, we let her take in the environment. She's never been in a room full of people. She's never seen all these people, right? So I don't know what to do yet. Have food, have treats, have toys. Make sure we have some kind of reward. But when she starts to make the right decision, then she also gets paid. So even just by simply looking up at me. Fiona, yes. And her very first exercise, the first homework that you want to do is what? Eye contact. So I have my treats, I can close it, I can open it, she knows that they're there. I can bring her over, I can wait for her to make the right decision, and when she looks up at me, sometimes that's what we call a hit and run. So if your dog like goes, meow, just wait for them to go, meow, meow. Can I have it? When they finally go, can I have it? I go, Fiona, yes. Of course you'd insert your own dog's name there. Otherwise they'll all be named Fiona. Great name, Fiona. So I want her to start actually paying attention to me. And if she's paying attention to me, Fiona, yes, I can then pay. When am I reaching for the treat? Does anybody see?
After you say yes.
After I say yes. So what happens if I have the food, right? And I go, Fiona, and I reach for the treat. Now, I did not say why yes for a reason, because I don't want her thinking that, but where did her eyes go?
To the
treat. So she's not me focused anymore, she's treat focused. She knows it's there, but I've got to use it for a paycheck. So that's what I want you guys to start calming down and like, oh, she starts looking at me. Yeah, but she's looking at you. Breathe. And start teaching them their name. So there's a treat, there's a distraction. Fiona, yes. And I can reach and then I can pay. After you say YES, there is a paycheck. If that means you accidentally say YES, you're still a good boss and you pay. If she jumped up, for instance, I would just simply not feed her when she's jumping on me. I'd wait for her to get down. So 4 on the floor, and then that's how I pay her, right? So I want in front of, but I also want. She said, I'm recording. There. Oh, fail. She doesn't know what to do, right? That's why I say I'm a jokester and I'm a trickster. Good girl. So I'll give her some encouragement. That was a good girl, but I didn't pay her. But now where is she? Food focused or me focused? So all I want to start doing, that's minimum wage. Good girl. We're doing good. Let's get more excited. We gotta be more excited. We gotta be more excited. Let's go. Good girl. There you are. Well, we'll kind of half cheat, right? Different picture though. Fiona, yes. Okay. I don't want you just thinking it's from your couch and in front of. I want you thinking, how are you going to walk later? Right or left? Teach them on the right, teach them on the left. Eye contact applies everywhere. So for 3 to 5 minutes, I'm only going to focus on teaching her name. I'm going to prevent her from doing the behavior I don't want. Yes, when she does what I do want. It's like, oh, you dropped a crumb. I'll pay you a bigger paycheck. But the difference is pull, does not get what you want. Fine. Gets what you want. All fine. So if I go closer, I just prevent. She doesn't pull. Yes. She gets this. You want to say hi? Say hi. I want to prevent, obviously, trying to prevent the jumping. So I just want to keep the leash closer. I'm not trying to pull her back. I'm not trying to jerk her back. I want to just prevent it so that she can say hi. Yes. That's my girl. Because then we can, Fiona, come. Yes. Right? So everything that you do is actually going to help them do what you want them to do. You have to be involved in the training. You can't just tell them when they're wrong. You have to be telling them how to do it. Dogs do what works, and what normal dog behavior is to get as close to a face, especially a puppy, get as close to a face as possible and kiss. Because that's a puppy to an elder dog. But it's not wrong. It's just simply like, we don't want that when you're 70 pounds Or bigger. All right, good girl. So how we started, we prevent, good girl. So wait, was your cookie bowl? Off, good girl. Yes, nice job. Because then hopefully, off, yes, good girl. And this time, can you put your hand down again? Say hi. Yes, good girl. They pick it up fast. Repetitions build habit. But we want to start showing her, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, what was I supposed to? Oh, okay, I'm supposed to do this. Because then this starts to become, you want to say hi? Say hi. You got food?
Yeah. Right? I don't like being lady.
He's okay? Say hi. Yes. Because that's my say hi. Oops. You have bangs. But my say hi is don't jump up. So I can't say hi unless she's 4 on the floor, right? I can't predict that she's going to be 4 on the floor unless I teach her how to walk up to her with 4 on the floor. Your behavior dictates theirs. But then I can more safely say she's probably going to be less likely to jump, right? Good. Yes. I took notes. So much fun. What I want you to do is way cooler than what you ever would do to make me mad. So don't ever do anything to make me mad. Not because it's aversive, just because it doesn't work. Settle. Yes. What? So you start to get capturing behaviors. Well, if you're going to tell them, just lay down. Great. You're going to watch TV. I'm just going to lay down. Does that kind of start making sense, right? So eye contact is first, because even if she's just laying there. Fiona? Yes. You could be practicing eye contact and her name. I want her to learn that her name means to look at me as fast as you can. Go get it. Fiona? Yes. So I can have a predictable habit. So I have to teach eye contact equals Fiona equals yes equals pay. Eye contact equals Fiona equals yes equals pay. So that when I need it, Fiona means quick turn around and look at me. You can't run into the street if you're looking at me. See how very quickly that you get eye contact alone could stop your dog? Good girl. Off! Yes. Sit and look cute about it. So eye contact's the first homework. Come when called, critical, right? Oops, freebie. I cue my dropped treats though. Freebie. You're gonna get it anyway. I'm not faster than you right now. Long day. But I want to cue it freebie. So she said, oh, okay, I get it. Later I'll say leave it. She won't be able to. But if I want to teach the come when called, I also want to teach, if you remember from Sherlock, a touch. So the second homework, eye contact, name recognition is the first. The second homework is touch. Means put your nose against the palm of my hand as fast as you can. I don't hand it like a treat because most people say hi like this, right, or the treat. I don't do this because then later I'm going to use stay. I actually go out to the side. And so that means if I'm going lower, if you have a small dog, touch, yes. You're going to lean over just a little bit. But I want to put the piece of food under my thumb, have a very distinct picture, put it right in front of the dog's nose, and as soon as I feel the nose, touch, yes, and pay. As soon as I feel the dog's nose, touch, yes, and pay. Okay? So I start doing it here, I start doing it over here. You think you see crumbs. Touch, yes. Do it over here. You did see legitimate saw crumb that time. Touch, yes. And then hopefully, touch, yes. Oh, there wasn't anything there. Right? Hopefully. And I present. Touch, yes. Good girl. So treat, 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 treat. But then as quickly as you can, so maybe do 3 to 5 minutes of always having treats. But the next 3 to 5 minutes, treat, 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 and then without. And just start playing with, sometimes there's treats and sometimes there's not. And if there's not, you still get paid. It's okay. Just come shove your nose as fast as you can. Touch though gets them all the way to you. If you can get them all the way to you, touch, collar, yes. The collar game. Don't play catch me if you can. If I reach for you and say collar, I want my dogs to shove their head and their neck into me to say, oh, grab it. Because if you grab it, it's probably a game that I get paid for. Check it out. Good girl. So, touch, collar, yes. So you see how that's touch. touch, but I didn't say yes. Collar, that's a yes. Check it out. Right, my behavior dictates hers. Check it out. Quiet, yes. Did I correct her for it?
Come on, she's too good.
So this dog is actually in my Lodge and Learn program. She's been with me, this is day 4. So in 4 days, 18 years, this is my career. Whatever you do in your career, I will not pretend to know. Like, I won't pretend to be able to take over your job immediately, right? But practice, get your habits going. You've never trained this way, give yourself a learning curve. But start guessing more and you're gonna go far. It's okay.
How old is she?
She's 4.5 months.
Wow.
Yep. So you were asking about a puppy, right? You asked about your 5-month-old puppy? It's the perfect class to start some of the level 1 stuff. I will answer your question in just a minute because I only have a short window of time with her, okay? So with the touch and the collar game, that's another homework assignment. So your eye contact is a concept, 3 to 5 minutes. Your touch is a concept, 3 to 5 minutes. Your touch and collar is a concept, 3 to 5 minutes. And it's here, it's there, it's across the room, it's over here. For 3 to 5 minutes, you just keep moving in every room of your house as much as you can. And then be able to actually stop when they're having fun and you've maybe got 50 good repetitions in, and go play. And let them go chill, let them go have a snuffle night, let them go do something fun. Give them 5 to 10 minutes in between, let them take a break. This is kind of why I talk and let her take a break. She can settle, yes, and get paid for that. So this is why I say you don't have to feed from a dish, because how many repetitions can you actually give them that you're already giving for free? You could be tossing 2 or 3 kibbles at them and go, ooh, that was tasty, great. I just don't get it from a dish anymore. And instead of thinking, oh, it's throughout the day, I'm going to throw off house training schedules, because puppies don't want to do that, but around an hour time frame, maybe around breakfast, and an hour time frame around dinner, 3 minutes on, take a mini break, 3 minutes on, take a mini break. You'll be feeding your breakfast in an hour period, but training and teaching them and wearing them out. Go to work. Oh, okay, thank God she left. I don't have to work anymore. And then you get home. Let's go outside to go POTTY. Let's come in the house. Instead of, here's your dish, 5 seconds later, I want to do something. Let me take 3 minutes, give you a break, settles. 3 more minutes, give you a break, settles. Okay, now I can sit down to dinner and the puppy's going, good night, I have a call, thank you. Half an hour. Take the time you need, but in short intervals, you're going to be accomplishing your goals very fast. We don't realize that. We always say, oh, I have to train for an hour. No, you don't. 3 minutes, 1 concept at a time. They'll pick it up very fast. And then your 50 repetitions in 3 minutes, in how many days are you going to quickly get to 3,000? Yeah. Think about it. You don't have to take the math quiz. But 50 repetitions once a day, times 7 days a week, 350.
You do the
Right?
eye contact one more time.
The eye contact?
Yeah.
So if I'm like, say here, I'll just simply wait. If she's gonna try to jump, I wanna prevent, right? I don't do anything except just try to prevent, lower my behavior. But then if she looks up, it's Fiona, yes.
Okay.
And
So
then
you wait for her to look at you instead
I
of
wait for
calling
her to
her
look at
name
me.
first. Okay.
Yep. And that means in the house, you might have to put a leash on and just step on it so that they're like, this is boring, I wanna play with my toys. Great, okay, well I'll step on the leash and we're gonna use chicken then maybe next. So then they're going, oh, I'm sorry, you have chicken? I can see it. Can I have it? There's their name, there's why you ask to pay. I do not try to lure. I don't try to do this because you don't walk around like this.
Right.
You can, I mean, if you're gonna put on cue, fine, but this also looks like quiet to me, right? So eye contact, so name recognition, that's what that's called. Touch, collar game, go get it. If I'm by myself, this is how I teach come when called. I toss something out, Fiona, come, yes, and I pay. And it can be on leash, it can be off leash, it can be with multiple people in the household. Do not call them first. Have them go somewhere, get distracted. Fiona, come, yes.
Okay.
When does she hear C-O-M-E? When she's in motion to me. When she's in the definition that I actually want her to associate with C-O-M-E. So if she gets distracted, well, that dog was, Fiona, come. I can test her later, yes, and pay her. You doing it? She's like, oh, it's from the left hand, whoa. And there's bags in the background, huh? So, see how she reacts to bags too. This is the test, but through repetition, build it up so that, oh, you okay there? Okay. All right. But the test is there, so when you need it, the habit's there. Build it up to the point where you can just say it eventually. And usually that is within about 2 to 3 weeks. because your repetitions will build up so much. You'll be able, by week 3 hopefully, they'll come in and you'll be able to say, see what I mean? Okay, I'm coming. And then TOUCH and then SIT and everything else that you want. Okay? So 3 to 5 minutes of just, you go out, I pop, 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 whistle, clap my hands, I get you in motion to me, and then I say what that is. I get you in motion to me, and then I say what that is. And then eventually you'll just say what it is and you won't have to pay. Okay? But those 4 steps are actually critical to go in that order. Because if you're just holding treats, and you can, like if you have to go outside and you have to go, hey, I got something, I got something, oh my goodness, I got it. I might toss one out, but then, Fiona, come, yes. I'm tired. Ideally should be running faster, but I'll take what I can get right now. She's going to daycare. Does that kind of make sense? So we're going to repeat again, eye contact, collar, being able to come when called, being able to TOUCH, how many of your dogs bark, and jump, right? Jump. So the opposite of what we want to say it when they're doing what? The definition, the opposite. So when do I teach quiet? Fiona, quiet, yes, and pay. When I'll move to a new spot, Fiona, quiet, yes, and pay. And I don't have food, I move to a new spot, Fiona, quiet, yes, and pay. And she's just thinking, stand here, look cute, follow you, look cute. Okay, I can do that. Right now, she has no idea necessarily what it is. When she barked, did I yell at her to quiet? She doesn't know it yet. I have to wait for those few thousand repetitions. I might let her pull to get that, because that's unfair. Babies I treat a little differently, right? You're right. But if I let her try me to someone else, then I would just wait here until she's polite, and then we'd walk to it. Good girl. Quiet. Yes. So when do I say it?
When she's barking, how does she know that?
So eventually, you're gonna just hear her bark, like you would hear the bark,
Yeah.
and I would just go, Fiona, quiet, good girl, check it out. Quiet, yes, good girl. Because she startled, but she didn't bark. Quiet, yes. So eventually, so quiet, off, sit, and even eye contact kind of look the same right now. But through repetitions, they're doing quiet. They're going to do off, which we'll do next. And they're going to possibly do sit, because a lot of people like to use their tree, right? And being able to just do, just basic eye contact and everything else. The picture changes just slightly. Repetition will build a habit. When they actually learn what the word means with some of that behavioral cue, then when they're barking, you're going to be just going to go, Fiona, quiet, yes.
Okay.
And then, oh, okay. But then I might not pay if they're barking.
Okay.
Like you made a mistake, I had to remind you, that's good girl, thank you for being quiet. But I'm not gonna pay you. But I'll pay you if you stay quiet.
Okay.
Check it out. Fiona, quiet? Yes. Very simply put. Someone comes to the door, someone goes across the window. You don't just train in the room. I actually go to doorways, I'll look out the front door and I'll be like, oh, there's quiet, yes and pay. Or you look out the front door and quiet, yes and pay. We'll go to their favorite window. It's on the back of the couch. I'll lean over the couch, look out the window. Quiet, yes and pay. Quiet, yes and pay. These are the pictures that they have to see. Okay. And then through repetition, they build that habit. Because then when you need it, you'll just say quiet, and then she'll just do it, and you won't be paying her for it. Okay. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Check it out. Yes, very good. I might check it out. We actually do more of that next week. So when I say let's teach check it out, you'll kind of have an understanding. But check it out means you can look at it, but don't bark at it, whine at it, cry at it, jump at it. Just literally check it out. So a bike goes by, whoa, what was that? Check it out, that was great, yes. You start to do an emotional state of, hey, that was kind of cool. Not, oh my gosh, I should bark at it. I should react to it. Just look at it, whoosh. Check it out, yeah, there you go. So if you're hearing me say it, we'll practice it more next week. But off, how many dogs jump? When they're jumping is not the time to teach them. I will, for 3 to 5 minutes, just practice. I'm really tired. Do this, and I'll go off, yes, and pay. If she chooses to sit, totally fine. If she's standing there, that's still the definition. If she's laying down, she's fine. Still the definition, 4 on the floor. Off, yes. Do you see how my hand changes? You can do this, you can cross your arms. I tend to use a physical cue because it's really easy to tell somebody walking in, hey, just put your hand out and they won't jump. Because then as soon as the dog goes like this, they're going, ha, sit and get paid. You got it. So we're going over here. Over here. Put your hand out. Off. Yes. See how it's easy to do with yes? Now we'll try something she doesn't know. Ready? Can I say, you want to say hi? All right. And chew and hold on. She's also teething and losing her teeth because that's between 4 and 6 months they lose all their baby teeth. I got a few less to chew with. Hold on. So now just put your hand out and say off.
Off.
Yes. Someone she didn't meet. Right? So say hi. Off. Do you see what that picture starts to show the dog? Say hi. Yes.
Can you use
Good.
like the
Off.
same
Yes.
hand command for like different commands?
What do you mean?
Like,
For
because you're doing off and
Yep.
then, but like with Triton, I said sit, so he
So
sits
it's like
that way.
sit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could do something different too. You could use 2 hands, like off. You can cross your arms. Yeah, I might. If he's used to this being sit, he's not wrong if he sits.
Right.
But if you say off, and then you try sit, he probably should always sit, even if you say off. Does that kind of make sense? Like make sure it's clear to him that this is sit, but it also means off. So if you sit, you get paid. So in essence, his off really is a sit.
Okay.
Right.
Makes sense.
So you can use the same one. Good question, but I might clarify that if I do this and you don't sit, you don't get paid, even if I say off. So it might be more like that's off. This is off.
Okay.
Settle. Yes. Okay. One of the other homeworks is to take a field trip. I want you to, because we have 2 weeks, ideally 2 field trips at a minimum. That means 1 new place, even if that means 4 blocks away that they've never been. Okay, drive 4 blocks away if you don't have time. But I tend to make my field trip count. So I go for, say, an hour, hour and a half. But I'll go to Pet Supplies Plus for 10 minutes. I'll get in the car. Go to Petco for 10 minutes. I get in the car. I don't go in the store. I go on the sidewalk outside of the store and we do eye contact. We do basic off. We might do a greeting if someone says, "Oh my God, can I say hi to your dog?" Sure, but only if the feet don't come off the ground. Then you can. Otherwise, back away. What? Yeah. Tricky, right? Like everybody.
Never do that.
So we have a never in the room. So by week 3, let's have a challenge.
Should probably do it.
Okay.
But if,
Right.
if somebody walked up to her, she would be all
All over 'em. Now, that doesn't mean that, check it out, come touch. Yes, very nice. Good girl. That's what we call a jackpot. She's like, check it out. She's like, okay. And then she immediately came back to touch. Perfect dog. All of these things, right? So even for the jumping, if you want to wrestle with your dog, if you want, that's not wrong, you can. If you want to say hugs, like I'll say hugs, and that means you can come up. What did I say to Sherlock? Let's get crazy. Come on up. You're invited. But if someone goes, ah, and you're like, whoa, we're working on no jumping, then you have the ability to tell somebody not to touch your dog. But I tend to say, all right, are you okay with her jumping? Then say hugs. She's going to jump anyway. Just tell them to say hugs. Hugs! All right, great, good job, right? Not a problem. But if there's not a hugs cue, then if her feet come off the ground, you can't say hi. You gotta back up, you gotta wait until the feet are on the ground, and we're gonna practice this off thing. Right? Fiona, off. Yes. So I need 2 adult volunteers. Okay, and yes. Come on forward. Here's his hands full.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a treat, if that's okay.
Yes.
Oh, she already learned the marker word. There you go. And what we're going to do is we're going to practice what we just said. So this is the greeting at the pet store, right? I want to pet your dog. Sure, as long as her feet don't come up, that's fine. So what I'm going to have you do is can I give you a treat? Usually I'll ask somebody and they say sure. I want you to put your hand down, and as she's taking the treat, I'm going to say hi, and then you can pet her. Make sense?
So let her eat.
So let her eat the treat as you're petting her. That's going to be my say hi. Ready? Let's go. So lower your hand for me. Say hi. Yes. Good girl. Good. Perfect.
Good girl.
And then off. Yes. So the human that she's breeding can do this, or you can do this. We far too commonly just like let them go up and then we're just like, sorry, she's jumping. I go, put your hand out, or help them. Put your hand down with the treat in it, and then do it. Direct the person so that they can help you. Every pet store I have been to, the employees are willing to help. I had one bad encounter many years ago, and that was it. Like, I'm like, okay, that's fine. We don't have to. It's cool. You don't have to say hi. It's totally fine. But if you want to, I have rules. My rules are 4 on the floor. So same thing. You want to say hi to my dog?
I do.
All right, can you put your hand down for me? As soon as she starts taking the treat, say hi, yes. Good girl. And then as you pull your hand away, can you go off?
Off.
Yes. Good girl.
That's okay. She,
Totally fine, even if they were to sit on your feet. Off is off. Well, technically, if their feet are on you or something, we won't go
But
by that. Yeah. But jackpot. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Is that super easy for you to do in a pet store with 1 or 2 people? How many people, if you're on a sidewalk, come in and out of a pet store on a Saturday or a Tuesday night? You'll find there's at least probably 3 or 4, or the employees are going to be looking at you if you want to the window, and you can kind of go in and go, do you want to say hi? All right, do you want to go say hi? Can she say hi to you?
Sure.
All right, so put your hand down. Make your pet her if you'd like. Yeah, good girl. And then off. Yes. Good girl. Okay, I got it. Does she know it? Not yet. There's not enough repetitions. But these are all people she's never met before. So that's what I want her to see. You hear that? The mud dog. I know, mud yesterday, man. She lays right in the mud puddle and chews on her bone. Like, grins. Long-haired dogs. I don't have long-haired dogs. So here she wants to pull to get what she wants. I'm just holding still. Good girl. All right, let's go get it. You get what you want by being polite about it. Same things we teach our human children. Same things you were taught, hopefully. Right? Right. So collar game, eye contact, touch, come when called. Being able to do off, being able to do quiet. And then what about those fancy sits and downs? So she's already in an SIT. She's tired. I'm going to probably have to go down with her because we haven't really practiced that, but the food goes to the ground. The food comes away. When she looks at me, down, yes, and pay. Why? My definition is not just stare at the food, or stare at my hand, or stare at my bait bag. It's laying on the ground, what do you want me to do next? That's down, perfect. Because now if she's staying in the down, I can keep capturing it. Fiona. Good. So she didn't respond to her name. I'm not going to say it again, right? So she's not wrong, because she doesn't truly know it yet, in my opinion. Oopsies. But here we go again. I'll use my finger point, but this time I'm pulling the food away. I finger point, but then I wait for her to look up, and if she does one of 2 things, she's going to break or she's going to stay. Did she hear why yes? What happens when the dog is wrong? Nothing. Nothing bad, but nothing good. Down. You see her look away? Down, yes. So why did I repeat it? Because I wanted to be able to say yes after she looked at me. Sometimes I'll repeat it. One time when I'm first starting. I won't do this in a week or 2. But when I'm first starting teaching her, she looks away. If I sit down and she looks away and she looks back, I'll probably repeat once. This is down, stay with me, and you hear yes. If she looked away again, then I wouldn't say it again. So the only time I kind of start to play with the rules is in the very beginning if it's hard for them, and down for her has been actually hard. So it's really nice that she's tired.
What a good girl.
Very good girl. Down, yes. But she looks where first. So eventually this will just be my cue. She'll be like, oh, that's right, and then looking at me. So teaching down, 3 to 5 minutes. It might mean if your dog is having trouble, it took you a minute and a half to try to get him to do it one time. Try one more time, and when they do it, stop there. In all reality, how many times do you need them to down on cue? Once. In an emergency, right? So practicing 15 struggling downs is not good. So even if it means, oh, we haven't done 5 minutes, but you've been working on it for a couple of sessions, suddenly they drop. Down, yes, play. You're done. One time, that's all you have to do. Because then in a couple of sessions, you'll be able to do 2, 4, classroom, etc. We're good. We're good. I'm blowing this popsicle stand. I'm not paying attention. So the natural balance crumbles so easily. There you go. It's a new formula. When she's butt on ground, but looking where? Sit. Yes. And pay. Good girl. Give her feedback. Good girl, right? Freebie, huh? What's this? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. There. Come on, let's go this way. Come on, let's go. Very good, let's go. Very good. Ready? She's not in the corner anymore. What's that? That's a big piece. That's a big one. What you gotta do for it?
So if you want us to take field trips, how can you encourage them to get in the car? Because I can't lift her and she hasn't figured out how to jump up in the
What
car.
kind? You have a car, an SUV, or a truck? Or...
I have a Kia Soul, it's a car.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the back opens.
Do you have like little stairs? Do you have a little ramp or something you could even do phone books? For those of us who have phone books or encyclopedia. So sometimes it is just practicing the car before you ever take her anywhere, because maybe the first car is scary, right?
Well, she waits, we
transport.
have to pick her up and put her in the crate, and she doesn't like the crate. So I just ordered a cage for, a cage thing for
Oh,
the
like a
back.
barrier? Yeah, okay.
So maybe she'll like it because she doesn't have to get into the crate part, but
Yeah. I mean, and again, so even if I just practice the car, I would do it when she's most hungry, right? So I don't feed from a dish, but then before breakfast, I bring out boiled chicken, string cheese. So here's demand barking, right? I didn't look at her. Who else looked at her? But I didn't look at her. Quiet. Yes. I wait at least 3 seconds in between the demand, because then they're not thinking about, oh, I barked to get a treat. She's thinking about, oof, that didn't work. Let's sit here and wait. She's talking again. Right? Then that's quiet. But demand barking doesn't get even eye contact. If you even look at your dog, you're going to tell them no, you gave them reinforcement that it works. So if you waited 5 minutes and then said no, I'll just go 6 minutes next time. They do learn it. They do it works. But then here's the good decision. Quiet. And you got fleas? That's the trick. You would? Sorry, Mom. I'm joking. But being able to actually get them to go in the car would just be like a 3 to 5 minute session, high value, super motivating, squeaky toys, go sit in the car, sit in the back, just on the edge. As soon as she puts a paw up, yes. 2 paws up, yes.
Okay.
If I lift her in, I might lift her in the first time, yes, but then lift her out, but then like drop a whole bunch of
It
chicken.
takes 2 of us to lift her. So.
Okay, but even like paws up then, yeah. But like paws up, sprinkle chicken,
Okay.
yes, and just baby
Okay.
steps.
Okay.
Yeah, take your end picture of you jump into the car, in the crate, or wherever, but take it into baby steps. Do you even look at the car? Yes. Do you move towards the car? Yes. Do you
Okay.
put your nose on the car? Yes. You put your foot on the car? Yes. You put 2 feet
Okay.
on the car? Yes. You jump in? Woo!
Yeah.
You're done. Let's go play ball.
Okay.
Super easy stuff. You never have to go anywhere because if she doesn't like it,
Yeah.
that's why she's avoiding it.
Yeah.
Make her like it.
Okay.
This is the coolest thing you could ever do.
Alright.
Okay? But so sitting down also makes sense because those are the final 2 homeworks. You've got about like I think 8 or 9 exercises technically, but a lot of them are super easy to teach. And as many sessions as you want to do in a day. You can do 3-minute sessions all day long if you want. You can do them twice a day. Just pick probably eye contact and like a recall. If all you ever teach are come when called, so she's jumping, she's off. Good girl. I don't say yes and I don't pay. Why? She made a mistake. Yeah. I can still, my behavior dictator, that wasn't fair. No, it wasn't.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So you waited until she got off before
Correct.
you said anything.
Correct.
So if my dog is like on the count, like trying to jump on the counter.
Trying to get something,
Yeah.
I would say that if you know that's going to happen, we keep a leash on for the first few days to teach, and then we start to fade the leash. So prevention is going to be the key. If we can't watch or we can't keep the leash on, we gate the area, or we close the door, we drop a card table in front. Prevention's key. If they just randomly go in and get stuff, that's why they're going to keep doing it. It's opportunity. Dogs do what works. Aha, should have paid attention. I'm going to bread. Happens all the time. But if already jumping, you can redirect. Or like, oh, it's up there. I have the leash. I know she can't quite grab it. She can sniff it. She can't quite grab it. That's why I moved it forward this time so you could try to grab it. But if it's up here, and she knows it's up there, there's fun stuff up here. Oops, and drops on the floor. Got it? Good girl. You got it? Are you gonna get it? Ha 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 ha. Are you gonna get it? Do you want to actually play? Do you want to actually play? Oh, that's fun. There it is. But then we start to go off. Yes. Everything that you want from the counter, you can earn potentially. So I tend to put treats on the counter, but I practice off, yes, and I'll give you a treat. Off, yes, and I'll give you a treat. So suddenly the counter is not jumping up to get it, it's, can I have it? And it's Thanksgiving turkey, no you can't. But if you leave it alone, I might give you some of that meat, sure. So they earn it. But so prevent it, if you can't prevent it, completely block it. But otherwise start training at the counter. Like actually, here's the stuff, or here it is, but it's off, yes, and pay. You can even start with empty dishes. When I put a dish of food down, I can put a dish of food, a full plate of food, on the ground, and my dogs will run to their beds. Because that's what I've taught them to do. If you go away from that dish as fast as you can, you will actually get what's on that dish. So my dogs race to their beds going, I'm gonna get something, right? I start with an empty plate though. Like, whoa, it's an empty plate, great. Go to your bed, here's the empty plate. Wow, you didn't do anything. Yes, pay. Plate comes up, plate comes down. Then I start with, oh, there's carrots, or there's dog food, or something weird. Then it's like, hey, I got my full meal, I'm gonna set it down. Because what happens with kids a lot is food gets dropped. And sometimes, let me bathe you, I can bathe you. Mud. But sometimes what happens is we drop things and we don't want them to get it. So the faster you teach them to go away from something that's in front of them, and they will get it, the more they're gonna do that. But instead of its opportunity, drop chicken wing. Who's gonna get to it faster, me or mom? I want them going, drop the chicken wing. Can I get it? Yes, you can get it. There you go. And then even it's like, oh look, there it is, right from the source. So you get what you want if you're polite about it. Your behavior dictates your dog's. They are, let me use this real quick. Offlogging. Offlogging? Offlogging. Offlogging? Offlogging. Offlogging. Anybody know what that means? Offlogging. What does it mean?
Down.
How did you know? My behavior dictated yours. Me saying a word, saying it angrily, saying it multiple times, saying it with a question mark, saying it politely, did it change the definition for you at all? But did my behavior change the definition for you? Your dog learns the same way. Just because you know it doesn't mean they do. So anything you want to teach, any word, you have to show them the definition first, that this is the human word for it. Do any of you know Russian or Japanese? Let's take every one of you and drop you in the most rural part of Russia and say good luck. How successful would you be? We do that to dogs every day. A dog doesn't know our language. We drop them in a human world and say, figure it out. Good luck. And know you're wrong, know you're wrong. Let's teach them what it's right. Let's teach them the language. You have itches. I'm going to itch you. I can itch you. Oh, somebody needs a bath already. Day 4, man. Day 4. He's like, well, the monsoon didn't help.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so this just started in the last week or so.
Quiet. Yes.
My dog's pretty good. She can sit, she can lay, she can do all that. But the problem is now I take her outside, and there's all this stuff all over the ground, ants, whatever.
Sure.
She's eating all of it. And even grass now. Even if I just take her out to go to the bathroom, she'll pee, but then she's got to start chewing up on the grass, or she'll...
Is she on leash?
She is definitely on a leash, yes.
Okay. So as soon as she pees, start practicing like come touch for paycheck.
Okay,
So
you give her
before she
food.
ever, as soon as she lifts up, right?